I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there.
Alright, so what's going on, everybody? So welcome to today's video. This one's going to be a little bit different. So today I'm actually going to be recording one video building a whole computer. This is just going to be a pretty quick, simple, easy build. So this is actually for one of my fans. They actually messaged me, asked if I could build them a computer. I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. I built my other one back there. So this computer I'm going to mention right here, this is around $1,000, $1,200, depending on the price of the market, PC build. It's kind of a budget build. Like if you want to play Fortnite on ultra settings and epic settings and get like almost 200 frames a second, 150, this should be able to pull it off. Most games you should be able to play on high to near ultra with this build. So let's go ahead and actually discuss the parts here. So before I actually go ahead and start unboxing everything and we start putting this thing together and showing you guys how to do it, let's show you what I have. So I'll also probably link it all in the description. All of this was bought on Amazon, some of the best prices. I checked Micro Center and Newegg and stuff. Amazon was really the best and for the fastest that I could get it. So for storage, I got a SanDisk 240 gigabyte SSD. Now this is going to be your main hard drive. This is what our operating system is going to be on. Now also what I got a little mini SATA Western Digital black 1 terabyte hard drive. This is going to be where you want to store your games and stuff. That is what that's going to be used for, and that's for your main storage. Now also for RAM, what I went with. Now in the future, if he's interested in upgrading RAM, definitely something that he could do. But I actually went with Fury HyperX DDR4, 2 4 gigabyte 6. I was kind of on the edge between 16 gigabytes and 8 gigabytes. The RAM is really expensive right now. I would have really been pushing the budget if I would have gotten 16 gigabytes, so I had to go with 8. And I'm sure since he's not going to do any big video rendering or anything, this should work for him. Also, just to let you know, for CPU paste, I'm going to be using Arctic Silver. I want to mention also, this is mainly a Intel build. This is a budget Intel build. This is not a budget AMD and Radeon build. This is a Intel build with an NVIDIA graphics card. That's what we're going with here. We're not trying to go with AMD. So we have the Core i5 7500 LGA 1151. So that's what we went with for the CPU. We're not doing anything big here. So we're not going with water cooling or anything. It could be a future thing. It's a $60 upgrade. If it's something he wants in the future, definitely we could do. But for right now, just for a basic good build, we're just going to be using the cooler that comes with this i5. Alright guys, so for the motherboard, this is the one that we went with. We went with the MSI B250 Gaming M3 motherboard. Looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, this motherboard looks freaking awesome. And it was only like $100 and it was like the most sold one on Amazon, so I was like, you know, why the hell not? It looks like it has 4 RAM slots, and I think I'm only seeing 1 video card slot. Or actually, I'm not sure if I might see 2, but this thing looks pretty beastly. Cannot wait to hook this thing up. So I actually have this graphics card in my computer right now, and I am just blown away. It runs amazing for the price. This one was around $300. I know it used to be cheaper. Prices are really going up for RAM and video cards right now, but for the price, this is very well. 6 gigabytes of DDR5, super clocked, 1060, really good. I've had no problems with it. It's just all around, it's a very solid card. I'm getting extremely high frames in Fortnite and just especially GTA works really well for GTA and Battlefield and stuff like that. So this is definitely a good card, especially for live streaming. I can do 1080 60 live streaming with this, and before when I had the 770 it wasn't even possible. So this is a very good card. Now for the power supply, we don't need anything really big, we don't need anything really special. We just went with a EVGA 500 watt power supply. It's gonna work, it's gonna do the job, and that's what we need. Now for the case, let's go ahead and actually take a look at this. Now this case is a NZXT S340 Elite mid tower. Now in terms of cases, I'm really biased towards NZXT. I feel like once I found them, they just make great cases. Every case is high quality. Every single one is always high quality by them, so I always try to go with NZXT for cases. He did requested a blue, so let's actually go ahead and unbox this. This is going to be the first thing that we actually go ahead and unbox and take a look at, and let's check out the case. Okay guys, so here we go, the NZXT S340 Elite mid tower. This was around $100. Really good deal. Now I do have a little, the one that I'm using in the background there, that's a little bit of a more upgrade. That one was I think $200-ish, but this one actually looks really beautiful. Now he requested a blue, so I actually did go with a blue. They don't actually have any examples on the side here. They're just showing the gray one, so I'll have to pop it open and actually take a look at the color. All right guys, here we go. Lifting her up. All right, here we go guys. Woo. There we go. Looking good. As you can see, we do have, I believe that's USB-C. We have 3.0, 3.0, 2.0, 2.0 power button. We got headphones, we got mic, and we have a reset button. All right. And we also do have one fan on the top, right up here. We also have a fan right here in the back. I believe that is it for the fans, but let's actually go ahead, take these panels off, and then it is finally exposed, guys. So we have everything here. We've got all of our cables right here. All of our cables in a big bunch. We got all of our 3.0 cables, our audio, blah, blah, blah. So that'll all get hooked up to the motherboard. We got some NZXT boxes over here. Let me see what all these are. Ooh, that is actually a very cool looking power supply. That looks pretty nice. So we got the EVGA 500 watt power supply. There we go. That is what we're gonna go ahead and install. Alright, so here we go guys. We have the back of the PC here. And what we're actually gonna do, a lot of people ask, you know, is it supposed to go this way? Is it supposed to go this way? Is it this way, that way? But okay, so where it's actually gonna go, I'm gonna show you guys the computer here. So as you can see, we have the holes right here for the screws to go into, and we actually have a vent at the bottom here. And what you may ask, well, why is that vent there? That is for this. So it is supposed to go this way, and it's gonna go inside of the computer, just like that. So as you can see, just like this, we're gonna put it in.
That's what she said.
So there we go. Once that is off, we can actually slide all the wires, our big chunk of wires. We're gonna have to do a lot of wire management with this baby. All the wires are gonna be put in. So now once we got the power supply in, we're gonna go ahead and put this bracket back on. Alright guys, so now we have the power supply all the way in the computer. And now what you can do, you can go ahead, fit around with the cables, see what cables you're gonna need, and figure all that stuff out. So let's see. So we're gonna need a few of these to power the hard drives and stuff. We are gonna need one of these for the video card. So we're really gonna want keep some of those, obviously. We probably are not gonna need this one, so you might want to tie wrap that one and put it back in there. This one, we are gonna need this one. As you can see, it does say CPU on it, so we're gonna need that one. gonna put those together with the ones that we're gonna need. So you're just gonna wanna double check with everything, especially online when you're buying. So CPU support is the LGA 1151 socket. We have the LGA 115. So you're just gonna wanna double check on all that. Make sure it's all good. DDR4, we have DDR4, we are set. Also, you're gonna wanna make sure if you're getting a mid-tower case or if you're getting a small tower case or what you're getting, just make sure if it's a mid-tower or a big tower, make sure to not get a micro motherboard because that will not fit. You have to get an ATX motherboard, I'm pretty sure. So here we go. This is the motherboard. We're gonna unbox this, we're gonna put it in, and let's do this, guys. So here we go. I think there isn't, I don't think there's any tape on this. Yeah, we're just gonna open it up here. So I think I should be able to just, all right, so here we go. We got the motherboard, we're gonna take this piece out. And then we also have a lower piece here. Woohoo! Oh, now that is amazing. Look at that. We're gonna have the opportunity to throw this baby in. That's gonna look amazing. Excuse if I sound weird, guys, I am sick. So we do have our cables for our hard drives right there. They always like to give us those, which is awesome. Love it how they do that. So we also have a disc for the drivers and utilities. Holy crap, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pick me up one of these, man, for my computer. This thing is absolutely a beautiful motherboard. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, what we have here, guys, is our RAM. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 RAM slots. So, once we put the RAM in, if he decides that he wants more RAM, he can put more in. Here's the CPU, that's where we're gonna put our CPU. We have our power right there, so that's where we're gonna plug that in. We have all of our little ports down here, blah, 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 where we're gonna plug our USB, our lights, our power for the power switch. That's what all these little tiny connectors, everything's labeled. So if you're building a computer and you're like, where does everything go? I can't. Everything is labeled. Very small, but it's labeled. So let me actually put a front view on this for you guys. So, right here, we do have some of our PCI slots, and we only have, I believe, so this one we're gonna put our video card in. I think we'll use this one for the video card, and then over here we have all of our stuff. So we got our audios, our opticals, Ethernets, USBs. I'm guessing these are 3.0s, these are 2.0s. Wow, they still use that very old connector. I remember using that back in the olden days. This connector right here, and then we have one of them babies, and we have a mini. Wait, is that it? I think that's either a USB-C or a mini. And that's USB-C. I'm pretty sure. Then we got anything in HDMI. Another USB. That's about it. That is really about it. But this baby, this is a nice looking motherboard. So I actually just went ahead and quickly installed this in the back of the computer. It's just a little cool thing you can put on. And yeah, pretty simple. Just take it, put it in from this side, and you push it through. It just snaps right on. Really simple. Alright guys, so it looks like we're ready to put the motherboard in and start. So you're wondering to yourself, so where am I going to get the screws to screw the motherboard in? Usually those will come with the case. So you're going to want to look, there's tons and tons of screws. It'll usually be labeled in the book that comes with the case. You'll usually be able to tell, you're like, okay, well those two are not it. Okay, only like 3, that's obviously not it. These are too small, no way. These look just about right. So obviously these are the right ones. So those are going to be used for the motherboard. Now also, I just want to keep in mind when you're building the computer, please do not build it on a bed or anything like that with like static electricity. Make sure it's always on like a table or cardboard or something like that. So here we go guys, we are ready to start putting in the motherboard, and let's go ahead and do this. So I believe we should be all set and ready. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anything. Hopefully I'm not. There's always so many steps when you're putting a computer together. Really try not to ever forget anything. So we have actually labels around here where it says A for ATX motherboard. This is an ATX motherboard, so you want to look out for the A and everything. So it's pretty self-explanatory where it'll fit in. So we're gonna pop this baby in there. So we're just gonna pop this baby in here, guys. She should fit right in. This baby is actually just such a perfect fit for this computer, actually. Such a perfect fit. So there should be a few actual little brackets that it should hook up to. So mine is hooked up. She's all in. So we're gonna go ahead, get our... Okay guys, so the CPU, probably the most important part. So we're just gonna actually go ahead and I am going to take this off here, take this little plastic cover off actually. I'm gonna pop that up. There you go. This plastic cover should come off. Now, you guys are actually pretty in luck because I remember when, I know I'm not that old. I'm sure there's probably a lot older people that have been building computers longer than I have. But I remember when their CPUs used to have pins. And that was really bad. They used to have pins, and if you got one bent, oh, you are out of luck if you could not fix it. But I'm actually using alcohol wipes just to clean my hands, because I really want them to be perfectly clean right now. Clean that up a little bit right there too. But we're gonna go ahead and unbox the CPU, and let's take a look at what we got to deal with, guys. And then this should come up, and then here is the cool, wow. So it actually does come, I think that's, I usually always do aftermarket stuff like water cooling and stuff. So this is actually the first time I've ever really used a stock cooler. So this is actually the stock cooler right here. Get that in focus for you guys. Okay, so here we go. We have the CPU, it says Intel Core i5, blah 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 blah, 3.4 gigahertz. And how we match this up to tell what is what and where is what and how is everything. It usually says on the motherboard, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The motherboard, this is the top, this is the bottom, the words, top, bottom. It's pretty self-explanatory how you put the CPU in. And now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm trying my best to let you guys see what I'm doing here, but we're just gonna go ahead and plop this baby right in here, nice and carefully. There we go. That is it. Boom, the CPU is in. That is it, guys. That simple. That is it, really. So I think, just gonna put this on, put it in the holes. Oh, just wanna make sure this is all correct here. Oh, so they push down and they click. And then you turn it, I believe. Alright guys, so I managed to get it in. These things are a little bit confusing, but it is sturdy. It is in, so I'm guessing it's in. It's sturdy, so that means it's in, but the only question I'm wondering, I just hope the actual cooler is touching the CPU, because if that's not touching the CPU, then we're gonna have problems. So I'm hoping that's good. It's really hard to actually like get your head in there and to make sure that it's touching and everything's good, but it does look good. It does look like it's touching. It does look like it's good. So we are hoping that it's good and everything's in perfect. Alrighty guys, so now that we have the CPU in, I guess that means that we are gonna move on to putting in the RAM, probably the easiest thing in the world. So we're gonna go ahead and put the RAM in here, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna open this RAM up. This is probably the simplest thing in the world. We're gonna put this RAM in. Here we go. So, installation guide. Oh boy, I can't believe you should not need a installation guide to put RAM in. Let me tell you that. Already really simple. So we got the Fury Hyper 4 DDR4 RAM. We're gonna go ahead and take one here. Let's snap in. All right, there we go. Huh. Didn't want to snap in, but there we go. All right, we got one in. Didn't really want to snap in for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. We got one, and then let's go ahead and do the other one here. Go ahead and put it in. Put it in. And then push one side down. Clicks. Push the other side down. Clicks. Boom. They're both in. Nice and tight. Nice and steady. Now, before I go for the video card, I am actually going to do a little bit of wiring here. So, for example, before I get too many things in here, I'm gonna plug in the big power cable, plug in the other power cable, and just some simple power cables and stuff like that here and there. So let's go ahead and do that and do a little bit of cable management. So, first off, let me actually zoom out here. Okay guys, so I have some simple cables that are just in the back of the PC that I have to plug in. So for example, this blue one is the USB 3.0. So we're gonna plug that in to the 3.0 port right down here. So this part, just plugging in cables, this part is really up to you. How you want to do it, where you want to put the cables. Well, not in that necessary. I mean, each cable has a certain place where it goes, and that's pretty self-explanatory to figure out by yourself. But what I mean here is you can manage the cables how you want. That's really up to you where you want to put the cables and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. Alright guys, so now that I've done a bit of wiring, you can tell what's going on here. I got hooked up there, we're hooked up everywhere. We got some stuff hooked up down here. Really trying to keep it really clean and looking nice. We got our hard drive power here and here. So the next step now, we're gonna actually go ahead and hook up our hard drives, power, and the SATA ports and get all that hooked up. So I'm gonna set the camera down, let's get that going on. Alright, so here we go guys. We're gonna get started on this. So we have our two hard drives here. Like I said, we have our storage one, the Western Digital, and then we have our main hard drive right here, which is the SanDisk. We're gonna go ahead and open the SanDisk first. So we have these little trays here, and that's where the hard drives are gonna go. So I'm gonna put the SanDisk right here, so I'm gonna take out this little tiny screw here, so we can actually take this tray out. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna place it right in here, and then there are screws that come provided with the case, and you can screw this in. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. So here we go guys, we have our hard drives both hooked up. So now what we can do is they can both go on and go on. Just like that. There's both of our hard drives all set up right there. That's where we're going to be keeping them. So we're going to actually go ahead, plug in some SATA cables. So your SATA cables, should have came with the motherboard. So here we have a SATA cable. Actually, we have two of them here, I believe. So here we have two SATA cables that we will be using. So let's open this up. Okay guys, so here we have two SATA cables. So these will be plugging into the hard drives. And also we have two power cables which come from the power supply. Those will be plugging in to the hard drives. So let's go ahead and do this first. I'm actually going to go ahead and plug my SATA cables into here. So right here on the motherboard, it does say SATA 1 and 2. We're going to plug the SSD into 1 and the hard drive into 2. So right here guys, we have our power cable. That is going to go into the power slot, which is the big one. Then we have our SATA cable right here, which is a small one, which will go to the small one. So we're going to plug our SATA in right now. Then we're going to plug our power in. Alright guys, so the SSD is all done. That one's all plugged in. Now we're going to do the hard drive. So as you can see right here guys, we have both of the hard drives installed. We have the 1 terabyte storage hard drive installed. We have the SanDisk SSD installed. We have our 3.0 in. We have all of our power switches in. We have our lights in. We have this in. We have that in. We have our RAM in. CPU is in. Power is in. SATA ports are in. Next step that we're going to actually go ahead and do is plug in the video card. One of the most fun things to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm really proud of the cable management right now. Looking really good, looking really clean. So we're gonna go ahead and plug all of this in, I believe. So let's put our video card in here. So let's go ahead and unbox this video card with you guys. Let me show you guys this video card for you. Okay guys, so here we go. This is the video card. This is the, let me get this in focus for you guys. So this is the video card, the EVGA Superclock 60GB GDDR5 GeForce GTX 1060. That is the video card that we are going to be using. Let's go ahead and take this plastic wrap off, shall we? I'm going to take the plastic wrap off real quick. There we go. Just about getting there, guys, to being done. So here we go. This video card is actually it's a pretty small one. It's nothing huge, but it has tons of power. So we have a cable here. If we actually go ahead, this should slide out, I'm pretty sure. So first off, it gives you a classic EVGA poster thingy, and it also gives you a bunch of manuals and instructions and a CD and stickers and stuff. I'm pretty sure we have a nice big sticker right here, EVGA enthusiast, blah blah blah. You got your 2 stickers there. So here we go, we're gonna open this up. So make sure you don't have any metal stuff on or anything weird like that, and you're not next to a balloon or a carpet, and don't be rubbing this on your head. Alright, so we're gonna get this baby out. We're gonna put that down so we can set it on there if we want. And here it is, guys. This is the EVGA graphics card 1060. So on the side here, EVGA 1060 superclocked. We're gonna wait to take this plastic wrap off, remove protective sleeve before use. So here we go, we have a little thing we're gonna take off there. This is where it gets plugged in. We're gonna be plugging it in right around there. So what I'm actually gonna do is open up one of these slots on the side. So I'm gonna be opening up this slot, I believe. So all we have to do, take our screwdriver, go on the side here, undo these so we can actually take this off. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and install the video cards. So I have 2 video card slots, 2 PCI slots on this computer. So I'm going to actually be using this top one here, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The video card just goes right in. You don't have to move any clips, you don't have to touch anything, just it goes right in. And then you put these clamps that you took off from on this side, because you have to take out some, so you have holes here to actually fit the but it should just go right in. So we're gonna actually set this right over here, and then it should just push right in. Just a little snap and she's in. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these brackets back to the correct position. Okay guys, so here we go. The video card is now in. Really simple. Video card's probably one of the freaking easiest things to do around. RAM's pretty easy, but video card is easy as well. So as you can see, it is in, everything is in. Now we're actually gonna go ahead and plug the these babies in, because this baby has to go into the video card, this cable right here. So we're gonna have to cable manage that and put it in. Alright guys, so there we go. Cable management is done. Everything's put together. I believe that's it. Not really much to it. I mean, sure, if you're a beginner at this, you probably think there's so much to it, it's so complicated, but really isn't that much to building a computer. Pretty simple, and this one looks pretty beastly. I'm really excited. I really like how it came out. So I'm gonna be setting this one up, and yeah, I gotta set it up. I gotta install Windows. I'm gonna take a see how she looks. But I mean, that's pretty much it, guys, on how to build the computer. Now I'm just gonna test it, make sure everything works and everything's going well, and I think I'll have a quick cut after this to just let you guys know, to keep you updated to see if it's working out well. Alright guys, so I'm actually here doing a little Fortnite test, and so far this baby is working perfectly. Over 200 FPS, just absolutely flawless. I've done benchmark tests and everything. It's working perfect. So this build is perfect, no problems. CPU seems to be cool, been checking on that. Ran some benchmarks, really seems to work well. So I think that's gonna end the video off, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and peace out, guys.